Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever time you're watching this. My name is Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. This is for coffee lovers and coffee geeks, especially if you're looking to get started at a price and looking for budget stuff. That's kind of my whole mentality. Trying to make things accessible and affordable. Like I said, my name is Tony. I am a former pastor, so the channel is called Faith and Coffee Bean because I do like to talk about my faith from time to time and share coffee and all that good stuff. I'm all about the positivity and making some good coffee. So just chilling. Hey, I really appreciate it. Remember, like and subscribe because it's a new channel. I am so excited. So I actually had a manufacturer of coffee tools reach out to me and give me a couple cool things. So I'm super excited. I'm going to do some reviews on those. It's not a paid review. I'm not some big YouTuber. They're just, fan of the channel, fan of what I started. So pretty cool stuff. Like when stuff like that happens, for sure. So I want to go ahead and get started because I have not had today. It's Saturday. And I told my wife, I'm like, we don't have any plans. The family, we are sleeping in as much as possible. I'm used to getting up at 7 a.m. every morning for my job. So it's nice to have a casual day, y'all. Sometimes you need a casual day. So this is YOLOYO Espresso Tools. And I have been very happy. I did a review on this tamper for my 51 millimeter. I use a DeLonghi ECP. This is one of the best budget espresso makers you get. I highly recommend this one, especially if you don't want to break the bank. I got that one Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. This thing awesome. Has a lip. It's made of wood. I like the feel. Definitely cool. This next one is completely different. If you look at the thumbnail, this reminds me of another tamper. I don't want to say the name. I want you to think about it. But this actually reminds me of another company's tamper, which is a great company, by the way. But let's go ahead and get this unboxed and opened up. It's just real simple boxing. There's no huge wow to it. It's cool and easy. I really think this tamper is crazy good for the money right now on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description after this video is live, and I could go and edit the video and put the description in there. But this is really awesome. Has a lot of really good weight. It's all, I think the outside is anodized aluminum. The inside here is a stainless steel, and it's really high quality. It has the ridges, and it has this leveling lip. And again, if someone wants to put in the comments, there's a certain tamper this really reminds me of. I'm not gonna say the name, but it's just, you could tell like it's real quality. There's just no other way to say it. But yeah, on Amazon, I think right now this is 20 bucks. So you just can't get cheaper than that for something that's decent. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and then it has this stand that comes with it. And I really like that because I do like having my stands around. It's just nice to have a place to put this. I wish all companies kind of gave that stand with it. So I'm going to go ahead. I need some coffee, y'all. I have my machine that I'm using right now is the Costa Brews 4700 Pro. Excuse me, costs 4700, not a Pro. It's just regular 4700. I don't think they have a Pro model yet. But this machine is awesome. Picked it up for about 170 bucks. Right now, today, I'm going to be pulling with a 3M Bomber Precision 15 to 18 gram basket. I'm going to be doing 15 or 16 grams of locally roasted coffee by a really great coffee roaster. I'm going to start off with doing the Heathen blend of finished coffee. Go ahead and check them out. Finished Coffee is awesome. They're based out of Tampa, Florida. It's veteran owned, and every purchase supports mission help and veteran help. So definitely really cool. Love them. And I need some coffee. Let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to be doing about 15 grams. or 16. 16's not too bad. So it's an 18-gram basket. I always try not to fill up my baskets. You know, I feel like I get better results when I'm not overfilling them. That's why I actually using a 22-gram basket the most. Let me show you all my baskets. So here's a, this is really one shot, and I have a new toy that I'm going to work with that, do a video pretty soon. This is a 22-gram precision basket. I forget what brand it is. And then here is the big 22-gram. This is the butterfly basket from 3M Bomber. Love this thing. This is probably one of my most used baskets. 22 grams. I usually pull about 19 grams of espresso, 20 grams. So like I said, leave a little room in the head. But I definitely would like to try out some more baskets, but those are my favorites. So let's get some water in here. Yeah, I'm excited to try this tamper out because I feel like it has a lot of good feedback, and that's what I like. Using my Timor today, of course. Timor Chestnut Pro just came out with a new model, and I want it. Alrighty. This is another good quality item for sure. I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before. Those who watch my channel, I love hand grinding just because it gets time to chill out. And that actually so. So one of the number one places I find a lot of my dealers is on Amazon and basically like AliExpress. If you know a good like honey hole, if you know a good place to find espresso tools, you know, definitely let us know in the comments. The whole point of why I started this channel is just to interact with the community and, you know, get to know and hang out with people that are into the same crazy coffee stuff that I'm into. So definitely, if you know some good place, let me know. Facebook Marketplace has been great with me. Love working with local people. I actually kind of like it. It sounds silly, but when there's someone who tried their hand at coffee and maybe they bought all the tools, but maybe they just didn't go that extra step of, you know, figuring some stuff out. And every now and then they'll put on Facebook Marketplace and you can help them out. This coffee smells so good. He has 3 coffees right now. This is the blend. He has a Brazilian and Peruvian. I really love his blend. So finished coffee, my brother, you are awesome. Again, support your local roasters, guys and gals. Support your local roasters. I mean, I cannot emphasize. It's so cool. I love helping out, or I love even when there's especially when it's like a veteran-owned business. I grew up in a big military family. Once upon a time, I worked for USAA, and I had a grandfather. Every one of my grandfathers in most of my family have served in the military, but I grew up going to American Legions and veterans organizations. My grandfather would dress up Santa Claus, and we jokingly, lovingly called Joe Claus because I'm Mexican American, and it was great. Growing up, he would go to the hospitals, to the VA, and the children's hospitals, but the VA, he would pass out, you know, presents to the soldiers of the VA. So right now, I'm using my catch cup as a blind shaker. I do have my blind shaker right here. I love using it, but it is sometimes faster workflow-wise to get everything mixed up that way. Do you have to do that? No. Do WDT work? You should do distribution. But I just like to give it some extra love. Alrighty. Make sure that portafilter is nice and clean. One of the things I do like about this Casa Brews is there's not a lot of dripping that you get from that portafilter, you know, in the actual brew head itself. So that is pretty cool. I love my ECP DeLonghi because of the way the boiler is set up. There's dripping. Doing some, whoops, doing some WDT work with my round tool here. Always do WT. You can do it many different ways. There's, of course, that using a tool like that, and like needles. I do find, especially in my 50mm, this is a good way to go. Here's a great distributor. Pick this one up on Amazon. Love the walnut finish. All right, here's the star of the show going to come up here. So look at where I'm at so far, and just pulling it right out. You can adjust this a bit. First time I'm ever using it. Oh, that's satisfying. Okay, I'm gonna go in for a second damp. Yeah, I could really feel that feedback. That's awesome. Doesn't leave a lot of coffee residue. I like that. Okay, let's take a look at this puck. Isn't that pretty? See the lines, everything's nice and uniform. I'm gonna go ahead and use puck screen today. Bomber. Love 3M bomber. Okay. This is definitely gonna be a double shot. This is just a traditional little glass here. I went ahead and preheated my brew head group. I ran some water earlier before I started the video with the Casa brew. Because it's that water on demand system, it doesn't heat the preheat the brew head, so you should do it yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and do a double shot. Already have it dialed in water wise. Ooh, nice. That was beautiful. Nice donut effect. I have been getting great crema with this finished coffee. Again, this is just one of those things. You want to get freshly roasted coffee is the key. Your coffee is always going to be the key. Espresso machine's great. Your tools are great. But the quality of your coffee is everything. Oh my goodness. And I like getting things on the cheap, but there's certain things I've learned in life that you really need to pay that extra dollar for, and supporting local roasters is one of them. So just please, if you have a roaster in the area, definitely show some love and support. Look at gorgeous that is. Let's go ahead and get a spoon. Give it a little mix here. Okay, look at that crema, gorgeous, right? So a 3M bomber spoon. I like their little spoons, I like their accessories. Oh man, that just looks awesome. Give it a little smell here. Wow. Oh, smells delicious. Oh, walnut. Of course, like chocolate. Oh man, that is so good. Oh, I wish I could give this to y'all. I wish I could just send this to y'all. Wow, this stuff is really good. Super chocolatey. This kind of reminds me. I'm Mexican, and I grew up with something called abuelitas. And my little abuelita, my grandmother, my Mexican grandmother, would make this awesome Mexican chocolate, and I loved it. She'd make it on the stovetop. This espresso reminds me of that. It's funny how coffee can be so nuanced, bring back these memories, but man, wow. That is just delicious. Oh man, that is so good. So kind of going back to this tamper, definitely would highly recommend it. I got some good results. I'm going to go ahead and pull another shot because I need some more coffee, and I'm going to make it a big boy shot. And we're going to change baskets out. So recently sent to me by a different company, and appreciate that. And like I said, a couple people reach out to me at the same time. Ooh, it's good. Wow. Man, I couldn't stop to drink that. You know, you pull a shot of espresso, and you just know it's a crime if you don't just drink all of it right then and there. Oh, man. Let's put that right up. Let that cup still get warm. Goodness. Please, in the comments below, if you have any recommendations for coffees that you think I should. manufacturers. I know I got to try the Good Brothers and follow them a lot. Omnell, Capote, he has a great coffee channel. He's been a very big friend of the channel. I know that he has a lot of viewers, and I'm telling you that those are the guys that are next on my list. Cannot to try them. Just cleaning the puck screen a little bit. I really like that this has a puck screen holder. It'll come right off. And I dig that a lot. There are a lot of tools out there for pulling out espresso baskets out of your portafilter, but honestly, use another basket. Just a little tip if you don't know that. So just grab the portafilter like that. Pushes it up. Simple. This is the 3M Bomber 22-gram basket. Yeah, guys, you definitely find a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of good content out there. You know, like I said, I'm just a little YouTube channel. But I learn from the best as far as all that goes. I'm going to go ahead, and because this basket hasn't heated up a bit, I'm just going to pour a little bit of water through it. Of course, the outside of the portafilter has, but this is one of those things with this particular unit. And it's not just a Casa Brews. So a lot of the DeLonghi's is very similar technology. So while I'm doing that, I want to let that heat up just a tiny bit. And let's go ahead and measure out some beans here. Okay. So I'm going for about 20 or more. I'm going to be using the Finnish coffee, but not the Brazilian. Oh, excuse me, not the blend, the Brazilian. Oh, this coffee is just delicious. So lovely. All right, there's 10. Let's try to get another 10 right here. 20.1, yeah, on the money for what I want to be. Awesome. Finnish coffee. And again, love there's, you can put your accessories in different spots. My wife says I am not an organized person, but at work, I'm very organized. And when it comes to my coffee corner, it could be cleaner. It's true. But I do love that this basically pushes me to be more organized. There's a lot of folks out there, those who make coffee, that are very into great organization, and that's a good thing. It is a skill that I am always trying to pick up on. I'm an artistic type. It's a little bit different. All right. Let's get these beans ground up. See, that's the difference when you have a hand grinder and you work for it. So every cup, every pull of espresso, you have to take a moment. You have to think about it. You're not just jumping and throwing in the machine. There's nothing wrong with with the electric grinder, trust me. I don't think, but I'm just saying that is kind of one of the benefits. And also, it is a lot cheaper. One of the main reasons why I went with a hand grinder, I didn't just jump into getting one of the nice expensive ones. And is I really wanted a couple years ago, I grew up when I was going to Bible college. I worked a little bit behind the counter at my Bible college in the coffee shop. When I was a pastor, I worked at a pretty big church out in California. People call it a mega church. It is a mega church. But we had a really nice cafe. And what was really cool is that the pastor's offices were right next to the coffee shop. But my office and the pastor's office was like literally part of the coffee shop. And there was a door to the back of my office that would lead right to the cafe. So it was really cool because I could hear all the customers. This was a living, breathing cafe that served food and everything. So it was just really cool. So I got to constantly just be around the baristas and that smell of it. I remember one time there was a gentleman who was in the room, and we were kind of doing a little bit of a counseling session. And it was great. It was just a really cool thing. But afterwards, I was like, hey, man, have you ever, coffee? And it was just this great organic conversation we had. We just opened the door in the office and got a couple pulls of espresso, some shots right there. It's just a cool way. So that's one of the reasons why I love this. It's kind of a long-winded saying I love coffee because I feel like coffee really brings people together. I have told my wife I have a vision of one day making a mobile coffee center, like a mobile coffee, coffee like cart or truck. And I really would love to go out and give the homeless coffee and food. When I lived in New York City, we had mobile food trucks that we would take around the city, and we would help. We would serve breakfast and lunch and dinner all over the city. But it would be really cool. Can you imagine getting a free cup of coffee and getting some breakfast, especially when you're homeless? That would be really awesome. So maybe one day. So again, I'm using this kind of like a blind shaker. Probably should just pull up the blind shaker. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that, people don't realize that human beings, we to our hearts and souls through how we consume food. And coffee is that perfect fuel, in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead. Get this puppy. Oh, better set this aside here. Don't want to knock it down. I had a little bit of a party failure the other day. This is one of the only things about this 4700 Casa Brews is the Portafilter very tight. I don't know what it is, maybe the design, how they did the top of the head there, but it's very, very tight. There's just no other way to say it. And sometimes it's a little rough to get the Portafilter out. Okay. And let's do that distribution. What type of tools do you use? Definitely let me know in the comments for sure. Like, what's your favorite distribution way? There we go. That looks good. Go ahead and do distribution. I should have said WDT. All right, let's get that cool new handy D self-leveling. Man, I love the feedback on this thing. That's awesome. Now, I'm going from a basket to a basket, so I could need to change my grind size, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be okay. See, this is a little bit tight. I find it tighter with the 3M bar. Okay, so moment of truth. This is going to be a boy shot, and you'll know what I mean. This is how I like to enjoy my espresso on a daily basis. In the morning, I'll pull like a double, single, and go that route for a good taste. But during the day, I need something to sustain me, to keep me going. So this is going to be a big boy shot. Oh, nice. Looks like chocolate right there. I love it when good is found and just see. Look, I choked the thing. Oh, bummer. So this is a Casa Brews thing. A Casa Brews, but it does have a sensor where it doesn't want to push it. I've noticed that, and I've had this happen quite a bit. It's hard to explain, but I don't think that it's the fact that it's too fine, but it's very sensitive to that if it is too fine. But again, this is all about dialing in. For this particular, and I mentioned that in the beginning, for this particular going from the 15, 18, going to this, I could probably go with a more grind size, and sometimes you just got to do that. But as you can see, it's flowing pretty freely here. Again, I said this was going to be a big one. A lot of people would call this a sport over. Longo style, probably more than Longo. Basically, I'm putting in enough liquid in there where it's pretty decent. I like a big shot, and I cannot lie. If you're old enough to get that reference, we could be friends. Oh man, I said that to my wife one day, and she laughed. Oh my goodness, she's like, "You're already going with the dad jokes." Okay, I think we're good right there. I think I've proven my point of what a big shot is. Oh boy, goodness. I know that this makes my traditional espresso friends cringe, but hey, so is life. Drink your coffee the way you like it. I like making it good, single and double, but this is the way I like to have a good morning cup, and this is my morning cup. Look at that. Gorgeous that is. See that crema right there? It's beautiful. Let's give it a little smell. So this is the Brazilian. Definitely get that allspice, like baking spices. Let's give it a little taste. Oh, that is so good. I like the blend that he does a little bit more, but this is just delicious. Oh man, this is like baking spices. It's not as chocolatey as the other one, but it's really just as good. It's delicious. It has good crema, has a good body, it has a good mouthfeel. Of course, this is not your traditional pull espresso in any way, shape, or form. This is something else, another category. Some people wouldn't even call this espresso, and they're not wrong. But that is one delicious cup of coffee. Nice and big. Way I like it. Y'all, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. My name is Tony. You're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment below. Again, this isn't about some rhythm thing or being some big YouTuber or anything like that. I have no illusions of that. But it's just really nice to get the love and get connected with people. My goal in doing this channel is just to hang out and find a lot of cool coffee friends. The folks before, Omnel Capote has reached out to me. It's a great channel. I've love watching Tom's Coffee Corner and Han. I watch all his live streams. Those are great YouTubers. Of course, you have James Hoffman and Lance Hendricks and everyone else. Just some Morgan. Awesome. But it's just really cool to connect with people. If you have a good cheap source to finding some things, or there's some secret you have, please let me know, because that is the kind of stuff I like to hear. I want to better myself and all that good stuff, and I like learning. So I appreciate you hanging with me. Hope you have a great weekend. It's Saturday. Enjoy the day. Relax. Take a breath. And if you're working today, remember to take a coffee break. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a great day. It's been a pleasure.